Very, very honored as well. Welcome back to our show.
It's great to be with you again. Thanks very much.
Do you ever get tired of seeing this video? Because it's been around the world, and I know that here we don't.
No, I'm really proud of it. I mean, it's just a karaoke cover, you know, with just me doing the singing and playing the guitar. But no, I'm really happy with how it came out, and also the impact that it's had. Hundreds of millions of people have seen that and see the space station a little more clearly as a result.
That's right, because there was a point to it, and you always have a point to everything you do. And your first book, A Guide to Life on Earth, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth, was the #1 bestseller across the world. Now you've come up with a second book called You Are Here, which we have over here. So tell us a little bit about it. It's about, of course, it's a very visual book. You took 45,000 pictures up there. And then you had to make a book out of it.
Well, I didn't have to. The question is, though, if you have that rare privilege of seeing the world that way and taking pictures like the ones you're running through here, what do you do with them? You know, how do you share such a rare human experience? What's the right way to do it? And I travel and talk to people directly about it, but I just thought if I don't make the effort and go through these 45,000 pictures and choose the ones I think that really show the world for what it is, no one ever will, and the pictures will just be wasted. So I spent a bunch of the winter going through all 45,000 and trying to choose, I don't know, a couple hundred that really show the world for what it actually is, so people can draw their own conclusions as to what the world looks like.
I was browsing through this book, and such great images as well. You see Laura is at the desk. She's already losing her mind because you're in studio. But the one picture that caught my attention, because you've put a lot of your personality, of your knowledge into captioning these pictures, and it's the one about North America, which we're going to show here. And what I found interesting is that you said that this image in particular was reassuring from up there, because the white stripes there are from the planes that are flying, and it shows you that, you know, there's activity down there.
Yeah, they're the condensation trails from the jets. In Europe, there's not nearly the crisscross of pattern because people are mostly heading transatlantic with the jets. And in a lot of the world, you don't see anything. But in North America, because of the huge area in the population, airplanes are going north, south, and east, west. And so there's this stitching pattern, like a plaid of condensation trails from the airplanes, of contrails. And you can actually sometimes see one of them being drawn by the jet. And it's one of the few times in orbit that you see that somebody's alive on Earth.
And that feels good, I guess.
Well, it's just a reassuring thing that it's not just a still life, that it's not just frozen in time, but you can actually see movement on the surface of the world. And for whatever reason, that's comforting to look at.
And it's interesting coming from, I mean, from you, you've been up there. All of the world pretty much has not been. This book is not only for pleasure and for fun. You decided to give part of the proceeds to the Red Cross. This is very, very important.
Well, yeah, for my wife and myself, our profits all go to Red Cross of Canada. And on the American version of the book, they go to Michael J. Fox Foundation. And the pictures belong to everybody. And it just made sense that our profits go to a worthy cause, and the Red Cross does a great job worldwide.
Very, very happy and inspiring, of course. We were just talking before this interview. I'm going to dare to ask what's coming up for Chris Hadfield.
Well, first, I want to ask about that shirt.
You like the shirt?
I love your shirt.
Well, I thought it was appropriate to wear this shirt today because I mean, you've been into space.
I've flown that.
Yeah, right.
And I've flown that.
And you've been on a space station. There's space stations on here.
It's like a biography shirt right there. It's very nice.
So, listen.
Or Lucky Charms.
Quickly, I was so impressed. I mean, we're always impressed when you come in the studio, but tell us what you have coming up, because, I mean, you've managed to keep yourself busy for the next 100 years.
Well, I'm teaching at the University of Waterloo. I do a lot of stuff with students across the country at elementary schools. We do a Skype at least once a week somewhere across the country where I'm eating my lunch. We call it On the Lunch Pad, so I can talk to students and just see what they're doing. I did a concert series with the Windsor Symphony of Music that I wrote up on the space station. And that was lovely. Big sold-out shows with the whole symphony playing the music in the background, a bunch of original space music. And the first book's being made into a TV show down in the States on ABC, and there's lots of things going on.
Oh my God, Chris Hadfield, thank you so much for coming in. Always a pleasure and an honor to have you in our BT studios. You're more than welcome anytime.
Thanks
All right,
very much.
coming up, Brad Smith.